but it's all about stake your claim, apply. So, Brenda, why don't you go first?
What if you were to come across a scholarship that you only meet one of the 5 requirements for? What do you do? A, don't apply and skip past it. B, apply for it and lie about your details. C, apply for it and be truthful.
A, B, or C. Write down on your sheet of paper, and we're coming to the answers at the end of it all. Over to you, Katrina.
Sounds good. All right, true or false? It is important to keep track of all of the information regarding the scholarships and awards you applied for. True or false?
See, I told you we're going through it fast. Hannah.
Sorry. Okay, so what is the best way to keep track of your scholarships? A, Google or Excel spreadsheet. B, in an organized notebook. C, in your calendar. Or D, all of the above.
You guys have these. Over to you, Brenda.
Question number 4, true or false? You need to be attending a university to apply for scholarships. True or false?
All right, question number 5. What is the deadline to apply for a scholarship? A, anytime is the best time. B, in your senior year of high school. C, in the month of October. D, in your first year of your program at your post-secondary institution. E, in your last year of your program at your post-secondary institution. Or F, all of the above.
F has a bad connotation, the letter F. You know, fail. No, there's no failing. Stake your claim, apply.
What are the 3 values encompassed by the Powys-Lawrence scholarship? A, characteristic, service, and leadership. B, character, grades, financial need. Or C, grades, financial need, and creativity.
This, by the way, has an October 2021 deadline. And it is a pretty sweet scholarship that we'll be telling you about. What are the values? I think it's a Brenda.
Question number 7. How many academic programs are currently offered at Royal Military College? Ooh, this is a tricky one. A, 12, B, 17, C, 20, and D, 51. This is one you would have had to look up beforehand. Not now. No looking up now.
All right, question number 8 from the Royal Canadian Legion. What is the name of the fund from which the Royal Canadian Legion bursaries are awarded? A, Canadian Bursary Fund for Education. B, Poppy Trust Fund. C, Legion Scholarship Fund. Or D, none of these.
Another tricky one.
That is a tricky one, isn't it? Yeah. I got to pat my back.
I know the answer because I actually won a Legion Canadian scholarship. So
very good. Okay.
How many Girl Guides of Canada's national scholarships were awarded in 2020? Was it A, 4, B, 8, C, 12, or D, 16?
And question number 10 with a lovely picture of Dal. What high school average did you need in 2021 to receive an entrance scholarship from Dalhousie University in Halifax? Was it A 70, B 80, C 90, or D 95 to receive an entrance scholarship?
The entrance scholarships, they give you automatically, right, Brenda?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
That's pretty cool.
Those are great. Yep. And at some universities, they actually give you entrance scholarships if you speak a second language as well.
Ah,
Like French, whenever I came to Université d'Ottawa, University of Ottawa, because it's a bilingual university, they gave me an extra $1,000 just for speaking French.
That's great to know.
Question 11. You should use your own personal email account when setting up your scholarship profile. A, true, or B, false?
Oops. That was fast. Okay. And over to you, Hannah.
Okay. When setting up your Scholarship Canada profile, where will you find the place to add Canadian Armed Forces affiliation? A, basic information. B, current education. C, educational interest. D, scholarship profile. Or E, community questions.
I didn't give you enough time for that one. Okay. All right, next one.
Question number 13. Similarly, when setting up your Scholarships Canada profile, in this section, you will find the place to add any pastimes, hobbies, or sports. A, basic information. B, current education. C, educational interests. D, scholarship profile. Or E, community questions.
All right, question number 14. When setting up your Scholarships Canada profile, one section asks for affiliation. What does affiliation mean? So a reason a person is applying for a scholarship. B, the name of the school the student will be attending. C, organizations that a person is connected to. Or D, community questions as it relates to challenges.
We have a question in the chat. What scholarship you say has 2020 deadline? The Loran Scholarship, LORAN.
So 2021.
2021 in October.
Mm-hmm. October 15th or 22nd.
All right. So question 15.
You must
know everything about your educational interests when filling out your profile. True or false? Why not?
You must know everything. Everything's a big word. There's a lot in everything. Okay, before we go on to this, Mainland BC heard that we were giving this scholarship workshop and they wanted to be part of it. So their question is kind of unique. The first part is question 16 is a two-part, so it's 50 points each. British Columbia's provincial mammal is a rare black bear with white fur. What is it called? Is it A, a spirit hunter, B, a ghost bear, or C, a spirit bear? And part two of this question, because we're back to scholarships, if you apply for 16 scholarships and get 16 no's, do you continue or do you quit? Thank you to Mainland BC for that great question. Just two more questions.
Is it my turn for this one?
Yes.
Okay, question 17, 50 points each. Support Our Troops has offered scholarships for CAF families for many years. How many did they give out last year in 2020? And what is the deadline this year? So CAF, Canadian Air Force.
Canadian Armed Forces.
Sorry, Armed Forces.
Yeah. Boy, we jumped down on that one, didn't we?
Sorry about that one. Canadian Armed Forces. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we talked about this. So how many did they give out last year and what is the deadline this year? And I think it's Hannah?
Sorry. So besides school and scholarships Canada, name 4 other places that you could find scholarships to apply for. And each one is worth 25 points.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We needed that music. All right. I can't see the chat. Can you just make sure? Are we ready?
I'll watch the chat there, Margaret.
I have
Thank you
Slido
so
and the chat open too. So if Hannah, you want to watch the chat, I can watch Slido.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So we're going to give you the answers. We're going to go through them. 18. Here we go. If you were to come across a scholarship that you only meet one requirement, what do you do? What is people saying in chat? A, B, or C?
We have all C's.
Oh, good. Apply for it and be truthful. So did you just don't forget that over 15 million in scholarship never gets applied, claimed simply because nobody applied. So stake your claim. Apply.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 2. It is important, true, to keep track of all your information. Brenda, you had a lot of great points on that. Okay, question number 3. What is the best way to keep track of your scholarship? Excel in an organized notebook, in your calendar, all of the above. Anything to add, Brenda, on that one?
On your phone.
On your phone? Yeah.
Any way you can.
Any way you can. And Brenda gave us a really great spreadsheet for that as well. So whatever works for you, because we're all different, whatever works for you, keep it organized so you know the dates. And if you miss a date, don't panic. It'll come again next year. You need to be attending university to apply for scholarships. True or false, guys? What are people saying, Hannah?
Lots of false.
Yep. So remember, scholarships are not only for university, they're full-time, part-time, in Canada, out of Canada, community college, university, any kind of post-secondary education. So stake your claim, apply. What is the deadline? The deadline is all of the deadline. And if you miss one of the deadlines, well, there's a deadline. If you miss a deadline for a particular application, mark it in your calendar, apply again next year, talk to the administrator, see how you can make it better.
So Margaret, A and F are kind of very similar because A is just anytime and F is all of the above. So I guess we could both say F and A.
Yes, of course. You know, I think we need to have we need to have somebody better in the trivia department who's making up the questions. Okay, the 3 values for the Lauren Scholarship are character, service, and leadership. Okay, so $100,000 over 4 years.
I like
October
this one specifically.
What's that?
Because I like this one specifically because in the picture, the answer was right there.
Yeah.
It's up at the top by the Lauren. So
yeah, if you're creative, exactly. But the thing is, so if you can share in that letter, that hook, and tell them who you are and all the leadership that you've done, $100,000 over 4 years. Can you imagine? And another scholarship is the TD Canada, the bank, TD Canada Bank Leadership Scholarship, which is $70,000 over 4 years. And they have an October, November. Check it out, that one as well. And there's only 20 in Canada. So you have a chance to win that. Go for it. And remember to read the questions and answer every single question. Okay, this one's yours, Brenda.
This one, if you are thinking about RMC and you want to check it out, if there are actually how many academic programs, and we've got a couple of C's in the chat. Exactly, it is C. 20 academic programs offered at Royal Military College. So One of the things to keep in mind with that, if the program isn't offered at RMC, you may still be able to get it covered by the military by doing our ROTP in civilian university. So keep that in mind.
Okay, you get 100 points if you said 20. Keep up your points. Poppy Trust Fund is what it's called. Is that what you got, Katrina?
That is what I got. So
Yeah.
I got the one from Ottawa. It was a Barhaven Legion one. And it definitely, it is a bursary. So whenever it's a bursary, they actually don't put it right into your post-secondary institution. They actually send you a check in the mail. And I know there was a question earlier that said, do I have to use it on tuition or do I have to use it on living accommodations? So with this one that I actually used mine on is I used mine for my school supplies. So textbooks, you know, paying
Travel.
my internet, travel, exactly. You can
Travel
use
to and from.
exactly.
And the really cool thing about the Royal Canadian Legion is they have offices all over Canada. So you look to your local Royal Canadian Legion, and you find out what the scholarship deadlines are. They're all different every place you go. So stake your claim, apply. There are 12 Girl Guides that were given scholarships given out last year, 2020. Did you get that right? If you did, it's 100 points. Huh? Question 10. So in Dalhousie, an interest scholarship, you have to have 80. Okay. Yes, you should be using your own personal, not your high school or your university. But the other thing too we wanted to explain is use your most professional email. So don't put birth dates in it or cute nicknames. So your email shouldn't be ibunnyrabbit93@gmail.com, because they're going to look at that and they're going to say, oh, you know, that may be a trigger. You know, no. Use an email that you're going to open daily and get into the habit of checking it daily, because working is a full-time job. So doing, as Scholarships Canada has wanted to share with you, applying for scholarships is, you know, you have to do 1 hour a day or a couple of hours a week to keep up with it. You can't just give up after a couple of times.
And check your junk mail regularly as well, because sometimes these emails will go to your junk mail.
Or spam, same thing. Yeah, for sure.
And when setting up your scholarships, Canadian Armed Forces affiliation, any kind of affiliation is under your scholarship profile. And that's where you can affiliation with cancer organizations or with PTSD or with military organizations, anything like that. What are your affiliations?
Yeah, just to be clear, CAF, Canadian Armed Forces. Sorry, my dad's in the Air Force, so you know what? He drills all these abbreviations in my head, so they're just.
So if you have pastimes, hobbies, sports, skiing, if you're an introvert and you do, sign language, anything like that, community questions, put them in, because there are 90,000 scholarships. Scholarships Canada is going to connect you with one of them. So put in all the information you can.
I think there is even an Introverts Association scholarship or something like that. I think there is.
Oh, wow. I never thought of it. That's a great idea.
Don't quote me on that, but I think I remember seeing something like that.
Okay. So for 100 points, question, what is affiliation mean? It's that you're connected or to an organization that it's an organization that a person is connected to, basically. What is your affiliation? So make sure you fill out the affiliation on your when you do your Scholarships Canada, and that's part of how you're going to win the prize. Question 15, you must know everything about your educational interests when filling out your profile. No, do we get lots of falses, Hannah?
Yeah.
Not everyone knows the direction they're going. So fill in what you've got, and then you can always change it. Just remember to save at the bottom. Okay, so thank you, Mayland VC, for this great question. It's called a spirit bear. British Columbia's provincial mammal is a rare black bear with white fur. And if you apply for 16 scholarships and get 16 no's, what do you do?
Continue.
Continue. So let me tell you this. This is me. She owns a place called Unlock Your Future, the Keys to Scholarship. She offers quarterly free essay writing workshops, free, totally free, complimentary. She also is a coach where she charges and she helps people find scholarships. That's her job, but she does offer free resume writing workshops. Check her out. Anyways, this is my friend Brittany, who applied for 16 scholarships and got 16 no's before she received her very first yes. And by the end of her career, she got over 80,000 in scholarships to pay for her entire education and more. So she didn't have to put it all on the education. So check out this BC company. She's got great resources. Unlock Your Future for scholarship coaching and complimentary essay workshops. Also, if you're in Nova Scotia, similar. This lady is named Janet McDonald. She has a company called My Campus GPS, and she does coaching as well for people to help them find scholarships. So if you want to work with a coach, if you want to learn some tips, if you want her to look at your essay, she would gladly do that for you. Okay, support our troops. So did you get this right? They had 75 recipients last year, and it closes July 16th, 2021 at 1700 Eastern Standard Time. So look at that. They had 263 applicants. So that's why Katrina said you have to have a hook. You have to tell the story, because these administrators are going to be bored if they see I did this and I did that and I did this and I did that. They want something that's going to draw their attention. They have to read through 263 essays. Only 75 get it.
Something spicy, and it hooks their attention. Think of a movie. Think of your favorite book. From that first sentence or the first scene, you're attached. You're hooked.
If you had a challenge, tell them the challenge and how you made it a success. Right? Hook them. Tell them. Short and follow the word count. Okay. Besides school and scholarships. Whew. So in the after session email, we're going to give you this Canada website that has a whole bunch of military and different scholarships. Also, support our troops. Now we figured out there's one for being an introvert. Maybe there's an extrovert society scholarship too. Who knows? Royal Canadian Legion, TD Leadership. Oh my gosh, did you get 4 of these or 4? Let me know if you in the chat, did you get something other than this? Check out CP Business Solutions next year. Their scholarship has nothing to do with grades or community service. None of it. All it is how do you want to be a better person? Mm-hmm. That's what their essay is.
So Nicole also put in the chat, local legions, local charities, support our troops. So
thank you. Yes, those are all great ones. Absolutely. Any others? Stake your claim, apply. Tim Hortons. If you're working at Tim Hortons or McDonald's, they have scholarships for you.
Sorry, CFMWS. And then someone also said through high school.
Through high school, yes. Check with your high school guidance counselor. Absolutely, yes.
GGC,
any others?
I'm not quite sure, but GGC was put on there as well.
What was it?
GGC from Tegan.
Oh, I'm not sure what DGC is. Tegan, what's TGC? Love the acronyms.
Oh, Girl Guides of Canada.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Yes.
You know, I should be not good at acronyms. All right, so we have come to the end of our session. Thank you so much. First, we want to thank Support Our Troops, Halifax and Region Military Family Resource Center, and Scholarships Canada. Next, I want to thank Sue Zentek, who helped to get this started 10 years ago and has saved tens of thousands of dollars just by starting the research and giving us the connections with Scholarships Canada. I want to thank our panelists, Brenda, Katrina, Hannah. Thank you so much for all of the information that you've given to us. And your mission, should you choose to accept it, there are 2. I'm giving one personally, and one is from Halifax. $25 gift cards for this for the winning participants. They're going to be randomly drawn. You have 5 things to do. Either come to the session or listen to the recording. So you've already got that one done. Check, you're here. We're going to send out in the after session email a 10-minute recording all about Support Our Troops scholarships. You have to listen to that. Set up a profile in Scholarships Canada and apply for at least one scholarship by July 31st and let us know. If you do those 5 things, then you'll be in the draw to win one of 2 $25 gift cards. So stake your claim, apply. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll be here if you have any questions.